Hello again, traders. Welcome to the recap for the 6th of November. And I wanted to put together a recap today just because I thought it was pretty interesting from a M5 perspective in terms of some bigger patterns that were available. And also because it was a day that we didn't really expect much movement. With the US election, happening today, it was something where nobody's going to be putting on very large positions. People are not going to be taking that risk heading into the election where you could have a pretty big move in the market depending on what the outcome is. So today was a day where I was mostly looking for some smaller wins, a little bit more range bound, but we ended up having a fairly big range for the day. So I took 5 trades on the EU 3 pip range bar chart for 43 pips today. There was 4 wins and 1 loss, and I'll walk you through those. To start with, unfortunately, I wasn't able to catch this Frankfurt Open move that came down. We didn't have any trades in here, which was a little bit unusual around the market opens. We usually have a trade or two, but unfortunately there were no trades that fit our elite range bar system rules on that move down. But we did end up getting a pretty perfect type 2 setup in here, which also, as you may notice, is an inverted head and shoulders here on the M5. So we had this right shoulder set up as a perfect type 2, and that's a big part of the reason why we got so much momentum on that break. So I took that trade for 18 pips once we stalled out up here, and then went in for the second leg as well, which I managed to take 11 pips on just above the 2800 level here. And there was pretty good reasons in terms of why I exited both of those trades on the spikes, and then looking to get back in. And this I knew was quite a risky trade, even though it was just above the 2800, but based on what had been happening in terms of these spikes, in terms of the momentum, it was high risk, but you never truly know when the trend is going to end. And so I thought it was worth risking some pips because I had made some pretty good ones in the move up. But that trade did not work out. I wasn't even able to minimize my risk on it and took a full loss of 6 pips on that trade. And from there, price came down. The thumbs up that I put on here and the thumbs down, all that's something that I explain these trades, these potential trades, to the Elite Range Bar system members. And these were things that could potentially be taken, but it's a time where I don't normally trade myself. And then from there, we had the expectation that it was probably going to be a pretty quiet New York, which was the case. I did try to take a short here a little bit early, knowing that based on our timing that there was a fairly good likelihood of a reversal. So when that reversal set up for the type 2, I exited my position and took the long. And ultimately, this was a more aggressive trade. It would have had to break quickly with good momentum for me to even want to stay in anyways. I much prefer taking this second trade. So it was very easy for me to flip that and reverse. And from there, I managed to hold through this small pullback above the 2800 and then get some pretty good pips as we spiked up to an area that was just above a prior high, and then it started to come down. So I took the 17 pips on that. And from there, there were some other opportunities later, but I was basically done for the day, knowing that with the New York Stock Exchange open, it was probably going to get pretty slow. I started to look at some other markets, started to look at the ES, which was also moving quite slow. So it gave me a pretty good indication that we weren't going to be seeing much else from the market for the day. So that was it. Just those 5 trades on the EU for the day for the 43 pips. And hopefully you guys found that useful in terms of how we trade with our 3 pip range bars. And you can check out SamuraiForexTrading.com if you want to learn a little bit more about what we do. All right, thanks guys. Bye.